I ask for the truth on behalf of Christine Marie concerning bad luck, and there's a curse on her and all this. Seems to believe as though running out of energy and not being able to get up and whatever. Believes in that somebody might have done something. Is somebody even using magic? What's going on here? I ask in the name of truth, right conduct, peace, love and non-violence. Blessed be to the truth always. And we cut the deck for you there, Christine. We'll just pop the cards to the side here. And then we'll deal out 3 cards. The first card we deal is the recent past influence. It's about a moon phase behind, isn't it? About 3 or 4 weeks or so ago. And then, of course, Christine just right now, of course, at the present, that's present influence. And on the immediate future, this will be you there, Christine, right, sort of nowish in about the next 3 or 4 weeks or so. So it's not too far ahead, is it, really? Let's just see where you were, though, over the past 3 or 4 weeks or so. If this is a recent thing, or I don't know. But however long ago it was, we can just see what's been going on about 3 or 4 weeks or so ago. We'll just get this card here and we'll just rotate it nice and slow there, not to disturb the energy too much. Oh, I say oh. You got the Altar Princess. The Altar Princess indicates just recently there's been preparation for something, but also she symbolises prayer and sacred ritual. Preparation, prayer and sacred ritual. Now, of course, you were asking if somebody may have done magic on you, of course, placed a curse on you, made you feel bad or whatever. If they have, then it would have been over the past 3 or 4 weeks or so. Of course, we have to be pragmatic about these things. The preparation that would have been made for whatever ritual they wanted to perform. But nevertheless, all magic is prayer, isn't it? And of course, you no doubt, if you'd have been saying prayers, this could have been you partaking in sacred rituals. And of course, if you've done a ritual and not quite done it properly, you may have hexed yourself or something like that, put a curse on yourself or done something to yourself in some regard. Because whatever when we send things out, it'll come back on us. If you believe the Gerald Gardner theory, then it's 3 times. But of course, with the Buddhist theory, it's as many times you can multiply according to its severity, according to what you've done. You see, this is the thing. If somebody's put a curse on you, really, in a way, you will have had to have done something to have harmed them. If they put a curse on you without cause, then it will come back on them. And of course, whatever prayers you've said just recently to try and heal the situation, if that's what you've been doing, then the sacred ritual, I got a funny feeling, could have been on your part there. But with you asking if somebody put a curse on you, then it's possible that it's possible or probable that this energy is there in the past 3 or 4 weeks or so, just indicating that ritual, that sacred ritual that's taken place. But of course, the prayer and the preparation, they've had to have time to do that and get ready for whatever it is. So you will have given them time to get ready for it. I don't know if you've had an argument maybe with somebody, because you have to remember, they don't have to be a witch or somebody like that to do magic. You can do magic just by pure thought or meditation, by wishing something on somebody. Not just bad, but good as well. If you wonder why people are all of a sudden healed or something like that, it could have been because you wished wished them well. It is a strange thing how magic works. It's just that we use ritual because it's a set order to things, and we can do that. But of course, the energy here of the altar princess, obviously she's a witch at the altar in that sense, having command over air, fire, water and earth. That's what the altar is, isn't it? It's just a sacred workshop, I suppose, in that regard, having command over the elements of air, which is space, and fire, which is energy, water, which is time, and earth, which of course is matter. And of course the fifth element is the element of spirit, isn't it? And that's the lamp that we see when we are at the altar. That's the fifth element. But of course, as somebody put a curse on you, there has been preparation. There's been an opportunity to pray, or there's been prayer and obviously sacred ritual. Something has been going on. Somebody's been doing something from a ritual. But of course, as I've said before, have you given them the incentive or the motive to do it? I don't know. Let's see what's going on now. Let's just see what energy is there right now. To see what magic, I suppose, is just knocking about after this. We'll just flip the card nice and slow there, not to disturb its energy, and then we'll just see what this is about, what this speaks about. Here you've got the prison waif, I suppose. It looks as though, really, to some degree, as a self-sabotage. This refers to self-sabotage. It can also be poverty and consciousness. So I suppose really this answers the question, doesn't it? Well, nobody has put a curse. Well, I'm going to say nobody's put a curse on you. Well, they have, haven't they? But nobody else. The one who's done this is you. You've done this to yourself, and now you are a prisoner in that sense. If you get it self-inflicted to some degree, of course, self-sabotage. I suppose, I don't know, have you ever heard although people say you can talk yourself into things, you're good at, we tend to be good at talking ourselves out of things more than we can into things. And I get a funny feeling here as though you've become confined, you've become trapped in some sort of situation through your own making. You're the one at the altar, you're the one who's done the sacred ritual, but you've done it to yourself. It speaks of poverty, doesn't it? It's a bit of a dark card, that, isn't it, there? Even though you're in the character here is sort of in like a prison. Nevertheless, when you look outside the window, there's nothing but dark clouds. So he may as well be in prison anyway, whichever the side of the bars he's in, if you get what I mean. I suppose, what's the consciousness about there? What's that all about? What's going on there? I want to pull this card here. We're going to do that one now. We're going to flip this one over. But I suppose consciousness, although it says consciousness, I want to say conscience. That's what I want to say. You've got something on your conscience now. And as you can see there, as I was saying about the bars of the prison there, although you may be sort of locked behind the bars, nevertheless there's nothing but black clouds, nothing but black and clouded if you were able to escape. But you've made a prison for yourself. Poverty, of course material poverty in that regard. You won't be doing financially very well, and I suppose, I don't know if it's a form of depression, maybe, even if it's something through no fault of your own. That's. But I've got a funny feeling that though the sacred ritual could, in just over the past 3 or 4 weeks, could be something to do with, say, like, for example, OCD, where you have to tap the cup 3 times or the coffee doesn't taste the same. I have to do that. It's a similar sort of thing in the sense of as though you've been going through some sort of ritual in your behaviour and whatever it is you've been doing, and you've brought this on yourself. And I suppose you've sabotaged yourself in that regard. You created a blockage for yourself, and now you're trapped and confined within it. I want to now pull this card here. We're going to flip this card over here for the immediate future. I want to see what the potential outcome of this is, because we've got to try now to see what the energy is here. That it's very important, this one is, to work out what this one is here. And of course for your immediate future, this is for the next 3 or 4 weeks or so. The High Lord of Gratitude and Service. There's a turn up for you. But of course, that's about selflessness, humanity, and conscious. It says conscious action. So there you go. Selflessness, humanity, and conscious action. Whereas before you had consciousness, as if you've got something, I say, on your conscience right now. Nevertheless, conscious action in the sense of selflessness. I want to accuse you of being a bit selfish just lately, a bit selfish with the High Lord of gratitude and service, who's prepared to put himself out to help others or do things for others. Nevertheless, I get this sort of feeling as though, notice there's light now as well. There's like a light, isn't there? As if he's surrounded by light, and yet the prison waif there is surrounded by darkness. In that sense, as if the light is just around the corner for you. Once you realise it isn't all about you. Is there a curse on me? Things have happened to me, in the sense of the poverty, but nevertheless the preparation and prayer and sacred ritual, as if you were sort of getting yourself ready for it, doing the crime, I suppose you could say, in the sense and now you're doing the time. Nobody has put a curse on you, Christine. You've done this to yourself, and although it says consciousness there, poverty and consciousness and self-sabotage or whatever, basically entrapping yourself. Nevertheless, it says consciousness becoming aware of, I suppose. Now you're becoming aware of the karma maybe that you paid for whatever it was you prepared, and whatever prayers you said, whatever rituals you did, you've done it yourself. Well, although it's on about your consciousness, I want to say conscience, because of this conscious this willing to help others. And that's the thing, the action, the conscious action that but maybe you will, in the next 3 or 4 weeks or so, you will learn that there are others who are worse off than you and in more poverty than you, and maybe you are in the place, the dark place that you're in now, because of your own making. There are some people who are in a dark place through no making of their own at all. They may be highly vulnerable and at the mercy of the rest of us, the rest of society, who in a way has a responsibility, the humanity, remember, has a responsibility for humanity toward them. And if you haven't been very humane in whatever I don't know, you're certainly not doing yourself any favours now, and you say you've got not much energy. Try and find out what this is that you've done to yourself. I was, like I say, right at the beginning, I was tempted to say somebody's done this to you, but yes, they have. That somebody is you. And I suppose the energy in your immediate future, the High Lord of gratitude and service, is there to say, I'm here to help you, to fill you with my energy, and maybe by you serving others, by you helping others in worse positions than you, you can prove that you can be selfless, and the light can enter back in. He's sort of like saying, if I want to heal you in some way, if you understand. I want to heal you and put this right for you, but through you, only you can do this. I just want my energy to vibrate with you, so that can happen. I want to pull some runes here, because I just want to see really what, I suppose to a deeper regard, I don't know. I just want to see about the sorcery, or the prayers that you've been doing, or the rituals, especially the rituals. Fehu, money, movable wealth. Not so much immovable wealth as in, like, say, the Othala, which is the ancestral home, which is to do with property. We're on about movable wealth as in money. This is cattle, of course. The Fehu is the cattle, isn't it? But now we have money, so it represents money. And it's to do with that, isn't it? Yes. Whatever this preparation, prayer, sacred ritual was, it was to do with money. The love of money is the root of all evil. What's that about? Why is that coming to me? I don't know. And now, I don't know if you've been unwise with money, maybe, but money seems to be, maybe you've come into money, or somebody's got jealous, or you've lent it out when you shouldn't have done, neither a borrower nor a lender be. I don't know what this is, but it's something to do with money, just recently. The energy that holds you prisoner, the self-sabotage, the thing that you have on your conscience, I suppose, the poverty that you're in now. When it says poverty, isn't that strange? Why do I get a funny feeling as though maybe you come into money and blew it? I don't know. And then you've got the Othala there, we're just on about, which is of course property or immovable wealth. So you've got movable wealth, money, and then the property, the things you buy with it, and inheritance. You've inherited what? Inherited poverty. You've inherited, I don't know, self-sabotage. You've done this to yourself. I don't know. Is this to do with, if somebody said, oh, somebody's passed away and you haven't done out very well out of the will because you got on the wrong side of them or something, and it was all prepared for you, but now it isn't. I don't know. That's another thing that comes to mind. I'm not saying it's that at all, but it's, if somebody said that's what it was, I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think it is. It's just the fact that you've inherited this through your own making, haven't you? But going from movable wealth, which is currency or money, to immovable wealth, which is property. And it's as if you're a prisoner, maybe a prisoner in your own home, the ancestral home, a prisoner there, the prison wife, a prisoner in your own home, self-sabotage. You are the one making yourself a prisoner in your own home, and your consciousness there is aware of it. And I always say conscience. I want to say conscience. It is on your conscience, but you can take conscious action there to deal with it. Selfless service, as you could say, being selfless to others. Notice there we were just on about that some time ago, weren't we, with the physical movement. We're on about the spiritual movement with the Awaz, the horse, as if something will be put into action or into motion, as you could say there. I suppose really with you having to be selfless, that you have to focus on humanity in that sense. If man had come up, the mankind Rune, that would have really made sense, wouldn't it? But in this sense, it seems as though you're going to have to take some selfless action, literally in that sense. Spiritual movement in the sense of the horse symbolising the movement spiritually of action being taken. You're the only one who can get you out of this prison. The key to getting you out of this jail or this prison that you put yourself in is literally to take selfless action towards others, help others, and help them see the light. The light is there. The High Lord of gratitude and service is there to help you take this action, and it's up to you to be kind, which I'm sure we all say you are a kind person. We can all claim to be kind, but are you being kind to yourself? What has happened here with money? Money has come in. You've either bought property or inherited property or something right now, which is going to lead to spiritual movement, some action being taken. And this action that will be taken will have to be taken by you. The only action that you're taking right now is against yourself. You must do it for others, and that's how you will break the link. I suppose in that sense you could say that is how you will lift the curse upon you. For now, these cards and these runes have spoken.